Hi, this is Chris from dashcancentral.com.au. Today we're going to take you through the menu functions of the VIOFO WR1 Wi-Fi dashcam. So what we're going to do is we'll just quickly show the camera here. We're going to power it up. So first thing you'll notice is a small camera, nice and neat. Turn it over on the back and you'll see that there is of course no screen on this camera. Simple one button. And we do have a memory card in this one, so it's going to power up. So the red lights come on, tells us that we've got power in the camera, and then the camera is going to bip and say yep, I'm alive, and we'll get a green flashing light that says I've gone into record mode. So our WR1 is just happily recording away. So we're just going to pop that down for the minute, and we're going to focus on how we get into the menu functions, set up the app, and change menu functions on the camera. So for the purposes of this, what we need to do is go into the App Store. So I'm going to go and find the Play Store in our apps. So there we go, come down to Play Store and search for Play Store, and it is right there. Now in the user manual it tells you to go and look for FM Cam, which actually stands for Fusion X. So we're just going to do a quick short search on FM Cam. So if we just do FM, and I've got it up there as a search function anyway, do a search and we see FM Cam comes up, which is Fusion X Cam. Just select that, and this is the one that you need for your Android phone. There is a different one for Apple products, iOS, and we'll take you through that in a separate video. So we'll do the quick installation on here. Shouldn't take too long, it's a nice and small program. Then we'll take you through how to connect your phone. So we'll just wait for that to install. You see that's come up quite quickly, and it's installing away. We'll open up that app. Just get that the right way up so it's easy for all of us to operate. Now it's telling us its connection failed because my phone's connected to a different network. So what we need to do is go into your Wi-Fi settings, and you can see we've got the WR1 network in there, so that's the one we need to connect to. Touch on that and your Android is going to tell you that it's going to connect, and it's checking the quality of the internet service, and it should connect for us. It may in fact telling us it's connected to the camera, telling us that we're not connected to our normal internet, so we'll get rid of that setting, and that's okay. We can cancel out of there. Now what we can do is go back to our Fusion Next app and open that up, back out into the app. Now it's telling us that it is connecting to the camera, and you see it's a nice easy solution. We're up, we're running, and we're connected. So this is a nice, easy to use app. We've come across a lot of Wi-Fi cameras where you have trouble with connections. The apps aren't user friendly, but what we've found so far is this one is quite easy to use, simple to connect in. So we've just covered that off in a couple of minutes. So, and that's first time connection. On occasion your app may ask you to enter a password for a first time connection or a reconnection. It doesn't actually tell you in the owner's manual what that password is. It is on their website, but it is quite simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you are asked for a password for connection, that is the one that you use. So we can see that we've got the app up and running, and the camera is connected to the app. And one of the things we like about this camera and app functionality is that it is very, very easy to use, and it's very user friendly. So connection's quite easy. Setting up the app can be done in a couple of minutes, and the layout is pretty user friendly on screen as well. We've tested a number of different Wi-Fi cameras from all sorts of brands, premium brands and low cost brands. Traditionally we find Wi-Fi apps and camera connections aren't that user friendly. You have a lot of issues with the app itself, and you tend to have a lot of issues with connectivity and trying to connect to the camera, but we found that the WR1 is really user friendly, so that's a really good sign for what is certainly a cheaper or lower spec camera in the market. So let's just have a look at the on screen. So you can see it's pretty well laid out. It's got some a little bit of information there. It's not overcrowded, and it's got some interaction buttons there which keeps it nice and simple. So you can see over on the left, it's letting us know that it's recording away. It's a minute 58 into its first recording, and it's also picked up the date and time from the app, so it's synced those, and it's just letting you know you've got an SD card, phone's fully charged, and your Wi-Fi is connected. So we can see the camera is streaming video at the moment. So if we have a look around, you can see that it's streaming the video. It's not jerky, it's nice and smooth, and it's recording away here at 1080p. High dynamic range is on, microphone is on, and this is your snapshot button, so you can just take a still photo at any time as well. So over here you've got your start, stop, record button, and this overlay is just shows you the last snapshot that you took. So as I said, these are interactive, so we can quickly turn the microphone on or off so it won't record sound any longer. Switch that back on until it's successfully set. Take a snapshot, so it says it's captured that successfully, let you know that it's done it, and then it'll actually display that same picture over here. You can touch anywhere on the screen, it just changes the visual, so it brings up the other user functions there. Touch it again, it just takes everything off to give you a clean screen, just let you know you're still recording, and brings up the date stamp because we've got that set to on. Touch it again, we're back to the normal mode. So you can actually touch that, and it's going to tell you that before you access those menu functions you need to stop recording. So if we just give that a tap, we're going to stop recording, and that'll allow us to go into the settings and bring up the settings. So you can see the camera's chirping away, so we'll just go in and have a look at a few settings because it's going to chirp away and warn us that it's not recording while we're trying to change some of the settings. And as you can see, I won't go into them yet, we'll go back, but we can just quickly go in, microphone, we'll switch the microphone on or off, turn that off, and if we go back to the main screen, it's going to show that the microphone has been switched off, and there it is. I'll switch it back on. So we'll just tap away here again, and we'll get the camera recording, get that chirping away, and we'll just have a look at the menu functions again. So have a look here, go into the settings, and you can see the full list of settings that you've got here. So it is it's quite a comprehensive settings that you can change. This particular camera doesn't have GPS functionality as yet, so you're not going to see a lot of the GPS function settings. That is in production, and we may see that down the track, which will add to the settings that are available. But you can see here that you've got camera folders, local folders, your download list. You can change your app settings, and of course your camera settings. So change your streaming resolution, your caching, just to make sure that it does stream nicely. Have your video stamp on and off, high dynamic range on and off, change your exposure modes, change the recording file size from 5 minutes to 3 or 10 minutes, switch your mic on and off, which we did previously. You can set to motion detection if you want, even though this camera doesn't have parking mode at this stage. Adjust the sensitivity of your G sensor. Your auto recording, so that just you can have that switched off, but you want that on so it starts and stops when you start and stop your ignition. You can make some adjustments to your Wi-Fi mode, auto power off so it can power off after a set time. Change your TV format, whether you're in your local region's PAL or NTSC. Change your language, of course. You can change the password on your Wi-Fi settings, so we'll see if that's going to display it for us. So there you can actually go in and set a password, one that you can remember if you don't want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the standard password that comes with this camera when you first receive it. And you can reset your camera settings. You can set your date and time manually. And of course it does display your firmware, so you know which firmware you're on in case you run an update. Tells you how much free space you've got on your card at any particular time. And of course you can format your camera storage, which is of course your memory card, and we do recommend you format your memory card when you first put it in your camera, and quite regularly after. Obviously every 1 to 3 months you should format that memory card, just to make sure that you get good, clean, solid operation and extend the life of your memory card, and you don't get stop-start recordings. So that is it. That is a very quick look at the setup of your app and some of the menu functions of your VIOFO WR1 Wi-Fi dashcam. This is Chris from dashcamcentral.com.au.